What is up people, SK here, and before we get into the gameplay and the Black Ops 7 chat, I suppose I should mention how my channel is going to be from now leading up until Black Ops 7. Probably should have mentioned it in the last video. Been a minute since I've done a commentary, so I'm kind of but here we go. So from now until Black Ops 7, most of the series ideas are going to be stripped back. Of course, the main one I'm thinking about is SK Live with every gun. You have that title, and yet it remains uncompleted. The last time I implemented that series idea was Black Ops 2, and again, it was unfinished. Once Black Ops 7 starts though, it'll be all good. I'll be straight on it, making sure all the standard weapons are complete alongside with the DLC weapons. So the content now is pretty much just going to be Black Ops 7 beta content, with some Black Ops 6 being the rest of the best gameplays that I have, couple nukes, 100 pluses, and if I end up running out of them, then it'll just be whatever's left. And of course, every year as I do, there will be a video showing you what gets left behind, which is quite a few bits. Seeing as I'm going to be on Black Ops 7 though from the get, that video of what's getting left behind shouldn't be as humongous as this one, as you'll see when it comes out. Enough said about that though. Let's get into this. First of all, I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. This is the highest amount of kills I've had on the Black Ops 7 beta. You know, people have had 100 pluses. Scumpy's had nukes, 8 nukes in 24 hours. That's completely insane. Whereas over here, not doing too well, but good enough either way. This is an 82 kill game on the map Blackheart using the Dravik 45. So enjoy. Streaks weren't too bad in this game as well, which is something of course I'll get onto when I'm speaking about it. Leading on from the previous video, which is linked in the description below, seeing as they're all kind of connected, and when I've looked back on that video it seems to have fallen through the void. Is what it is though. You have your good times, you have your bad times, and I can't really say too much as, yeah, it's been over a week now since the beta has been on, and it's only now I'm uploading, so it is what it is. Anyways, the last thing I was talking about, I believe, was the TTK. Nothing much more to say on that. So now moving on to the guns themselves. We might as well start with this one right here. We had 3 assault rifles and 3 ARs. I made a point to level them all up to the max, see what attachments I'd be feeling, and it doesn't necessarily feel like I'll be using the same attachment setup as Black Ops 6. Similar, but not entirely the same, as it does look like they've changed up the attachments in this as well. So we shall see, only time will tell. I'm kind of thinking at the same time I may need to implement primary gunfighter, seeing how the perks have been arranged as well. A few things may change, but they may change back. We shall see. In terms of SMGs though, this weapon right here, the Dravik 45, most definitely the best out of all of them. Of course at the start it did catch a big nerf because damn, the range on this thing was insane. Unfortunately I was unable to get my hands on that. The first day I jumped on was the first day of the patch. Still pretty strong though, and judging by my usage of it, I could see why the range would have needed to be, you know, decreased, because it was insane from what I was seeing videos from other YouTubers. Of course, this is definitely the best weapon. Second, I'd say is the Raiden 45, but that's not necessarily saying too much because it really does feel like after using this SMG, the other two just pale in comparison. Not really anything too special. Again, they said they're going to work on the balancing now, and they want to make sure it's, you know, a proper representation of what they actually have to offer. So I guess with that, only time will tell. But yes, the Raiden is second. Kind of gave me a Scorpion-esque vibe, but didn't turn out to be like that. Of course, I've got gameplays on that as well. I want to make sure I'm showing all the maps that were available and all the ARs and SMGs. I wasn't really too bothered about the LMG, shotguns, pistols and whatnot, if I'm being honest, but of course that will be covered with SK Live with every gun when Black Ops 7 launches. After the Raiden, of course I can't really necessarily remember the full gun names. After that was the Razor 9mm. To me, of course, that was the more Scorpion-esque weapon, if anyone remembers, from Black Ops 2, just an SMG with a really high fire rate. To me, I can't lie, it was trash. And obviously at the start, you have to think, yes, I've not got no attachments on it yet, so it's kind of one of them. We'll have to take it as it comes. Even when I managed to get the attachments on it, it just wasn't the one. It's just a thing, we've had a short time with these weapons though, so I'm not going to say too much, just simply what I thought about them in the beta. So yeah, the Razor 9mm comes last, even though it should be Shred City. I did have some success with it. I think I did have another 70 kill game with it. Still though, not really feeling it. I probably think there may be a better SMG out there than the Dravik, potentially, because the Dravik kind of just feels like some massive ass clunky thing. I mean, when you look at it, it kind of gives more of a AR vibe, which is probably why it had the good range though, so it is what it is. Can't wait to see the other SMGs though, to be honest. And moving on to the assault rifles, we had Peacekeeper, the M15 Mod O, and there's no way it's escaping me right now. Oh yeah, the HXR. So the order I'd put them in would be definitely the M15. Kind of gives me a M4 kind of vibe, you know, all around assault rifle, but it does seem to have a well balanced, it just seems to be well balanced, to be honest, because it does shred, I can't lie. But moving on, second place I have to say is the HXR, because again that is the one that resembles the Scar H pretty much. It packs a huge punch for sure, and again I've got a nice 70 kill TDM with that. But I think next it will probably be a different gameplay anyway. That assault rifle packs a punch though. Can probably see myself using that assault rifle a lot alongside with the M15, to be honest. Really powerful. Again, the mobility can't be too good, or else that's when things just become OP. Finally, there's the Peacekeeper. The recoil on that gun is crazy. Probably the most recoil we've ever had with any iteration of the Peacekeeper. Does seem weak also in comparison to the other iterations. Didn't really have that much of a great time with it. Yes, it's a fan favourite, or just one that we've had from time and time again. Not necessarily the best though, like I said. There'll be a gameplay with that also. Let me know what your favourite AR was, or SMG in the beta anyway, because I'm gonna leave it there and we'll continue on in the next one. Hope you enjoyed this gameplay. This is SK, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Trauma teams are inbound.
The folks upstairs are not going to like this.